Hello YouTube and my new subscribers, thanks for joining me. Today is the day that we're going to put the top back on that Parlor guitar project. It's been sitting in a jig, being manipulated around, getting the body back into the correct size and position to reattach the top. It's been a few weeks of that in a jig which I've constructed. And at the end of this video, I'll give you a list of materials and things that you can make this jig yourself. It ended up costing around $80 versus buying one from StuMac or some other source for a couple of $100. So let's take a look at what we're going to use to put the top back on here. Obviously, Tight Bond, great universal wood glue, works for everything. It ends up being stronger than the glue itself, so that top will never come off of there again. You will not have that separation issue again. I like to use these clamps right here, these little mini bar clamps. They have rubber tops and bottoms on it to keep them damaging the body. They're about 6 inches long. You can buy these at Menards or any other hardware store which you have locally, versus buying spool clamps, again from StuMac, which is a great company, but those products tend to be a little more specialized and they're a little more expensive. If you run short of clamps as well, you can always go down and buy another one of those for about $4.50. At least in my area, that's what they cost. A quick look at the jig with the body in it. One thing of note, you'll see that piece of spruce I have in the middle there, that's to expand the waist back out. By manipulating the body into position, as you move it, you're cupping the body, and that has a tendency to push the waist together in the middle, so you'll need some sort of a spreader to get the waist back out to its proper distance. What I do is, because of the time restraints involved using the Tight Bond, I'm going to take a series of snapshots that'll be posted through this video so that you can see which order the clamps go on, and pay attention to that sequence. Because this is just a quick overview of that jig that I've made to go along with the material list, and a little bit of instruction for you. The base itself is made out of MDF board. You can also use plywood, which is actually a little bit stronger, but this is a little bit cheaper for cost. The brackets themselves are nothing more than 4 by 6 inch shelf brackets with a reinforced back here so they don't collapse. A couple of threaded holes to hold them down. 3 inch by 1/4 20 nut and bolt, and a couple of these, which are simply chair slides or furniture slides that you can also get at the hardware store. You want to put your guitar obviously in the middle of your board, trace out the design. You can see the pencil line there, and then give it about 1.5 inches of space to the outside. That's really all there is to putting this together. What you want to be conscious of is that you'll have to drill these holes out on the shelf bracket to accommodate a 1/4 20 bolt. Using the existing hole that's there already, you're just going to enlarge that. When you put these on, you want to put this one wood screw in first. Set your guitar body in here so that you can move this shelf bracket back and forth like that to line up square with its position on the body. Once you've done that, then go ahead and screw down the other 2 holes. And that's basically all there is to making this jig. And this is what it'll look like when it's complete. Okay, the clamping is completed, as you saw in the photograph, the way to put those on. You'll notice that I started at the neck and the heel block. That's because they have the most amount of glue surface, and it also helps align the body. If you recall, when we took the top off of this, that I drilled those 2 pilot holes in the front so that they would help me realign the body, and that's what I used to position the body back where it belongs. Now, you've done everything right. You set your clamps up, you put your glue on, cleaned up any excess, and you're just critiquing your job, looking around it, and all of a sudden you find it, oh, it's a hair off here, it's a little bit off there, it doesn't fit exactly 100% on the body. Don't panic, this is going to occur. You're never going to get that body and that top back together 100% to fit seamless the way it was. And in the next video that we're going to shoot on this reconstruction of this Parlor guitar, we're going to show you how to deal with that. Again, I'd like to thank my new subscribers for joining us, and if you do like what we do here, hit that subscribe button down there and we'll shoot you out as much video as we can.